So Endwalker is here in a few short days and you're looking for what jobs to play? Well, you've stumbled onto the right video. Specifically for tanks, that is. However, I'm going to be making an effort to make sure that I get all of the roles going into Endwalker done. This is going to be a significantly less detailed video than my big tanking comparison videos where I go into very fine details of minutia. For here though, I am simply going to give you a high level differentiation between them and their use cases. You know, blah blah blah, forest for the trees, all that. As always, if you liked this video and maybe learned something and want to help support my channel by the end of it, I would super appreciate if you dropped a thick, beefy warrior on that like button and cat daddied that subscribe button. And so first up is the warrior, and boy, if you played warrior in Shadowbringers, I can say that you still haven't played the warrior in Endwalker. And that isn't just a hype line. The developer's taken pretty much every single quality of life issue that I have ever listed for the warrior and smashed it with a giant axe. Okay, the AoE being either linear as a cone or a circle around the warrior still is there, but pretty much every other one. But for real, the warrior is beyond absolutely any question going into Endwalker as the most powerful self-sustained tank, between abilities like Equilibrium and an obscenely powerful 2200 potency of healing on a 60-second cooldown. Oh, that's huge. Not to mention Thrill of Battle, burst healing, and then padding your health, and then amplifying all healing you take from there, and yes, including your own by 20%. And a ridiculously powerful skill called Bloodwetting that is a metric ton of healing and even a little bit of a barrier on a super short 25-second cooldown. No strings attached, every 25 seconds. Even their AoE barrier now heals all allies, what the heck? But is that still not enough? Oh, no, I know for some of you it isn't. The warrior still gets 4 dashes. 4 dashes, yes, 4 Primal Rend and then 3 charges of Onslaught, and none of this costs Beast Gauge anymore. Yeah, that limitation, how to say it? I don't want to say pissed me off, but I'm gonna say it pissed me off in Shadowbringers. It's like, why does every other tank have this not have this limitation but warrior? And well, in Endwalker, the warrior doesn't have it. In fact, they get another dash. I think the developers just felt kind of bad. But now the warrior has 4 dashes, so there's no excuse to not be completely glued to a target. And not to mention, warrior still has the classic Fel Cleave spam. Not as much as before, but instead, they traded in a little bit of Fel Cleave for the big daddy Fel Cleave called Primal Rend. Very nice. Magic tanks. And next up is Paladin, which is the tank heralded as the magic and utility tank, and that has only improved in spades, if anything, going into Endwalker, covering an ally and taking on their damage through cover, multiple party-wide mitigation methods, allied burst heal in a clutch, heck, even their party-wide barrier provides a burst heal too. And yes, it is a DPS loss if you're spamming Clemency, I get it, but do you know what is worse than a DPS loss? Wiping. And I can say absolutely Clemency has saved my teams to pinch. Also, by the way, yeah, Spirits Within no longer has decreasing power with damage taken for Paladin, making it so that it's a better main tank, because that was always a criticism levied against the Paladin main tanking. Also, the Paladin now restores its own health every time it uses an MP spender for 400 potency, so that's going to either be Holy Circle or Holy Snowflake. Holy Snowflake. It's not actually called Holy Snowflake, it's Holy Spirit. And at 4 casts per 60 seconds, you'd never cast the 5th one because you want that for Confiteor, but we're going to talk about that in a second. At 4 casts per 60 seconds, the Paladin has a built-in 1600 potency of healing. That's just built into the kit just through using their Holy Spirit spam. But wait, as I was kind of leading on before, there is more, and probably the defining characteristic of the Paladin is its magic combo. It is 4 fully ranged, fully mobile casts of Holy Spirit, which leads into a final fully ranged, fully mobile cast of Confiteor, which is standard for Shadowbringers. That is not a shock to anyone who's played the Paladin in Shadowbringers, but Endwalker is pushing it to an absolute insane limit and is taking it specifically 3 steps further and giving the Paladin Blade of Faith, Blade of Truth, and Blade of Valor, and all of that is no cast time, all ranged, meaning the Paladin now is the single most mobile tank in the game without any question in any capacity. It is wow, holy Paladin. And the Paladin's just like, that's right, holy Paladin. Magic tank, and I'd call the Paladin our magic tank 100%. Long gone are the days of 2.0 where, yes, I'd call them boring spamming flash and a very boring 1, 2, 3. Paladin is hot going into Endwalker. Now let's talk about Gunbreaker, and I was really thinking about how would I introduce this, and I'm just gonna give you my blunt, honest experience, because you know what, I rated on Savage on Gunbreaker, and beyond anything else, the defining trait of Gunbreaker in my mind is an involved and super engaging rotation. To be blunt, blunt, it's freaking fun. I know that's 100% my opinion, not objective fact, but oh my gosh, I don't care. It's my video and I'm gonna say it's genuinely a ton of fun. It's not what you expect from a tank at all. It's a very powerful builder spender system with cartridges that leads into the explosive Gnashing Fang combo filled with OGCD weaves of continuation and blasting zone and explosive big spenders to add with Endwalker like terminal velocity and double down. No Mercy, which is the name of their buff. Fitting name. But oh boy, we're talking boring tanks. We must be looking at something completely different because the Gunbreaker is wow. But beyond that, the Gunbreaker brings an absolute buffet of mitigation options. In fact, the largest array of actual pure incoming damage mitigation options in the game. It's kind of like the Warrior kind of owns everything to do with healing. Yeah, the Gunbreaker kind of really dominates in this respect. And their kit only got expanded that way into Endwalker. The Gunbreaker now has two, not just one, but two super powerful charges of Aurora in their belt that they can place on themselves or allies. That is an amazing heal over time. That trickle is very, very good. Honestly, truly amazing. And they also now get the powerful Heart of Corundum, which is an upgrade to the Heart of Stone ability that allows them to now burst heal themselves or burst heal or shield a tanking friendo. Yeah, the Gunbreaker did not fall behind at all in this category. People are like, what did the Gunbreaker give up for this? Nothing. Heck, even if we pull up current data for E12S speed clears, we can see that the Gunbreaker is still the preferred main tank for speedruns of E12S, and that is for a god darn good reason. There's no doubt in Endwalker that the Gunbreaker is hot. The Dark Knight is last, but certainly not least. Sorry, but while I might have had some concerns about the Dark Knight, and I do stand behind what I said 100%, but if you play the Dark Knight, you will not be disappointed into Endwalker, period, because Shadowbringer's Dark Knight is literally my favorite tank to heal. In fact, by a large margin, Dark Knight is my absolute and many others' #1 favorite tank to heal currently. No exaggeration. And why is that? And that's because of the Blackest Night shield. That is a big, juicy, beefy, thick 25% maximum HP barrier that also means that it respects the healer versus tank boundary and makes the Dark Knight the least likely tank to cause any overhealing. And that has really made the Dark Knight legendary at handling all tank busters because it makes their barrier above their HP pool. I did recently a video talking about the power of separating a single button into components, and it's all about control, and the Dark Knight gets their new ability called Oblation that is a 10% mitigation on 2 separate charges, which has the potential to be combined with the Blackest Night if they want at the Dark Knight's discretion, which when it comes to tanking choices, options are very important for them. They want to have a larger array of options given a situation. We already know in Shadowbringers that a co-tank Dark Knight is super strong with its barrier stacking. 25% HP on a tank goes really far, but throwing on additional pre-damage mitigation, that 10% from Oblation, makes it so that the Dark Knight is likely still into Endwalker the #1 tank buster handling tank. If a tank is probably going to go to 1, well, the Dark Knight's probably still not going to go even to half. The other tanks might be able to recover better. Yeah, the Warrior's going to be amazing at that, but the Dark Knight, they're just like, okay, that didn't even take me to half. But I'm talking a lot about tank busters. Successive damage, actually, the Dark Knight dominates too. Spamming the Blackest Night every 15 seconds, which is, yeah, 15 seconds, that's shorter than 25. I guess everyone's probably like, duh. But every 15 seconds, that smooths damage intake to a disturbing level. It's not just good, it's disgusting. I had to say it like that. I can speak as a healer currently that the TBN spam makes it so that I barely need to heal, and it respects the healer to tank boundary as I brought up before, meaning that you can always get the most out of Cardia procs or the Fairy alongside. But I've spent far too long talking about that, and the Dark Knight is just so much more. With powerful weaving kit that is expanded and the 2-charge Shadowbringer ability expanding that kit, there's a lot of off-GCD weaving that you can do in the Dark Knight beyond any shadow of a doubt. Dark shadow of a doubt, which does make it super engaging. Yeah, while there's a lot of concerns around the Dark Knight, there is no question in my mind going into Endwalker that is still an absolute powerhouse. Yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much, and remember, if you appreciated this video or this helped you out, please help me by cat daddying that subscribe button. Take care, everyone.